Welcome back to another edition of Who You Got. I'm Conwell Morris alongside Callum, Bohn. It's been a couple weeks since we've seen you guys. Since then, UVA suffered a tough loss at home for Parents Weekend against North Carolina, something neither of us were expecting, but they followed up a week later with a win over a ranked opponent at Pitt. A big game for UVA, one of 3 straight ranked games. So we're gonna give you our takeaways from that Pitt win, as well as our keys to a Virginia victory this weekend against number 8 Notre Dame at South Bend. To start, we're gonna give you our takeaways from Virginia's victory over Pitt. Callum, what did you think was important in that win?
Biggest takeaway for me is that Jonas Sanker is a star. He is the heart and soul of this defense and probably the team as a whole. He had 2 tackles for loss, a blocked kick, and a pick that he returned for 40-something yards. Just by far, a game ball performance from Sanker. And the secondary as a whole really shut down the Pitt offense that has been riding high over the past few weeks, and they're going to need to put up a similar performance against Notre Dame next week.
Yeah, Callum, I totally agree. I thought UVA's secondary played really well, and of course, Jonas Sanker had a big game. It seems like anytime we have a big win, he's a big part of that, a big contributor, so great to see him playing at a high level. He's an NFL prospect for sure. In addition to that, though, I like the fact that UVA's run game was solid throughout, 170 yards as a team. It was run by committee, Xavier Brown, Kobe Pace, and Anthony Calandria, all carrying the ball more than 10 times. Calandria scrambling well, had a 29-yard scramble off of a broken play. So good to see from them, and I hope that continues. Now it's time to give you our keys to a Virginia victory this weekend against Notre Dame. Callum, what's your key?
My key is for the UVA offense to find some chunk plays. The Notre Dame defense didn't give up a single play of 15 yards last week, and it's just not a feasible route to victory for UVA against a ranked opponent if they can't pick up some chunk plays. So Calandria is going to need to really show out against an elite Notre Dame defense. They're top 10 in the country in both secondary and on the defensive line, and I don't know where it's going to come from, but they need the big play.
I totally agree. My key has to do with the UVA offense as well. Against Pitt, Calandria had 2 interceptions. Turning over the ball like that, you can't expect to come out of South Bend with a victory. So Calandria's got to take better care of the ball. We have to prize our possessions, be successful, especially in the red zone. And it's got to be a big game for Calandria and a big game for the UVA passing offense.
Clean game.
A clean game. Now it's time for everybody's favorite part of the video, Who You Got. We got UVA versus Notre Dame at South Bend this weekend. Callum, who you got?
I'm taking Notre Dame. I think UVA has a chance if they can defensively really restrict Notre Dame, who have put up over 30 points in 4 straight games. But if we're being, in all likelihood, that's not happening. The line's right now at 50.5. I'm going to take the over, and I'm going to take Notre Dame to cover. My score prediction, 41-21.
I'm also going to take Notre Dame in this one. I just think they have too many skilled players at every position. A great pass offense, a great rushing offense, really elite defense, as we mentioned. This is a big week for Virginia football. It's the 2-year anniversary of the loss of life of 3 Virginia football players. I know they'll be coming into South Bend with a lot of passion, a lot of energy. A win would mean a lot for Charlottesville and for UVA football. But for right now, I'm expecting 42-23 Notre Dame, and it might be a tough loss for UVA on the road. But we'll have to see. We're going to tune in this Saturday, UVA versus Notre Dame, a big matchup for UVA as they look for bowl eligibility. I'm Conwell Morris alongside Callum, Bohn, WUVA.